Good evening, everybody. Good evening. It's Birangi here, the governor of state of Nyaji from the Federation Congo. My apologies again. It seems like when we started the live a couple of minutes ago, we start getting boycotted again. So it started to buffer or something. So I had to restart the video to make sure that we on a better track. And I'm gonna start on Facebook too. Please let me know if you can hear me right. Please let me know if you can hear me right. It's very important that you be able to hear, what I'm saying, because we've been boycotted those past few months now. So make sure that you let me know if you can hear me right, if it's not buffering, because sometimes when I'm start speaking and then they start cutting me off. So my speech don't come out right. So let me know if you can read me right before I start sharing the video. And like I said, this is a particular video tonight where we're going to talk about what we think is an attempt of corruption of the Republic of Congo to the United States during the next whatever they've been invited to come at the IMF assembly between October 8th and October 18th, 2022, to so-called represent the Republic of Congo. But we're going to explain why we think it's an attempted corruption, because they probably trying to convince the United States to not let the Federation of Congo and the Republic of Congo separate. And we're going to say why. I'm going to explain why I say that, because I'm going to read the name of the list that they disclosed that the people supposed to come in the United States talk about uh, uh, to that so-called IMF assembly. And it seems very, very, very suspect. And we think it's an attempt to come corrupt the United States government and some businesses in the United States to help them force basically uh, the two countries to stay together when we actually legally separated with the authorization of our people. And they're trying to come here. I think we believe the United States trying to come force people, force, put some pressure on the United States government and businesses to keep this country, uh, to keep the Federation of Congo and Republic of Congo together. But I'm going to go in detail. I'm going to talk about why we're saying that, and I just want to make sure that you guys understand what at stake here. I'm going to share that video in our social media on YouTube before I start going a little bit more deeper. And this video is going to be in English, of course, because this is to actually explain the situation of what's happening straight to the American audience and the English-speaking countries who also fight to liberate their people. So you guys can understand why sometimes we have to come and go through a process like this in front of everybody in English, because it's important that this message go through. So on Facebook, please share the video anyway, even if it's not in French. Share the video so the people in the English-speaking countries and especially the United States can get this message. So share the video, even though if it's not in French. I'm gonna speak more in English, and I'm gonna read in French and translate in English that document that we just saw, who basically brought to our attention the fact that it's an attempted, we think it's a potential attempted bribery of American government, of the American government, and even we're talking about senators, representatives, and American businesses to basically push them to force those two countries who have separated themselves, the Federation of Congo and the Republic of Congo, who separate uh, last October, the 23rd of October 2021, officially in front of the whole world. But we think it's an attempt to try to push us to stay together. So, and we want to make sure that everybody in the United States and all the politicians, all the big business in America are aware of this move. And we're going to ask for some, okay, so you're able to share it on Twitter. Let me share it on Facebook. and then I'm going to share it on LinkedIn, and then I'm going to start to go a little bit deeper. Please share the videos. Share the video on Facebook. Share it to the groups. Share it to the WhatsApp groups too, so the people who speak English can understand what we're talking about. It's very important that people understand what we talk about here. Talking about here. So we're sharing that on Facebook, and then I'm going to share that on LinkedIn platform, where we have many business people and politicians. Over there, we got over 11,000 attached to us. So it's a very disturbing. It's very disturbing here, what we're seeing. It's a very disturbing process. It's a very disturbing situation that we have to explain. We have to take our time and explain it maybe in a couple of minutes to make sure that the American government understand what's going on, and we basically sound the alarm so you guys are aware, and we think that it can be verified very easily at the border, because we're going to talk about the border, as these people cross the border, what we're asking that the American government do, double check what we're talking about to make sure that we know what they're coming to do here in America. So all right, so please share the video on WhatsApp, share the video on your Facebook groups, share the video for people who don't understand English. This video need to get to the ears and every representative and business people, business companies, especially those who do business in the land of our ancestors. So basically, we have saw the list of the names of those people that's supposed to come here for an assembly of the IMF assembly starting October 8, 2022 in New York. So here in America, where we are. But what make us come talk about it is to basically put on the table, because we know the history of this dictatorial regime of Denis Sassou Nguesso of the Republic of Congo. So we know how they've been operating for over 40 years. But now, since what used to be one country is split in two now, and I'm going to show you, this is the Republic of Congo now, and this, the bottom who used to be the south of the Republic of Congo, is now the Federation of Congo. So now we split in two. Since October 23rd, 2021, the Federation of Congo basically was created through a massive auto-determination of our people through a petition where we gather over 30,000 signatures under 2 years. And those signatures allow us to officially separate from what used to be the Republic of Congo for us in the south, which is now the Federation of Congo, who have 4 states and 1 kingdom. Basically, you have the state of Nyadi, which I'm a governor of. My name is Bribery and Corruption. I'm the governor of the state of Nyadi. We have the state of Lekumu. We have the state of Buenza. We have the state of Mpangala, and the kingdom of Luango, which is basically 5 states that broke off from what used to be the Republic of Congo. We are now our own country. We went through the process. We went through a referendum, a petition, and this is what's left of the Republic of Congo. So these states, this is what left of what used to be the Republic of Congo. So this is where the majority of them supposed to be worried about. This is where the Republic of Congo government, in a state of cuvette, which is where the Oyo, which where the Denis Sassou Nguesso, which is the leader of that country, basically, I mean, was adopted. Where he's from now, where is basically uh, the adopted village is. So now you can see on the African card, we are the 55th country of Africa. We are here, the Federation of Congo. We are the 55th country. The Federation, the Congo Federation, is the 55th country of Africa. The reason why we're sounding this alarm is because we saw the list of the people, the names that the Republic of Congo is sending to an IMF, which is the financial institution based in the United States that's supposed to help African countries. We see a list of people of 16 names. 16 names. 16 names. And all these names represent I will say the tribe, the village of Denis Sassou Nguesso. All these names represent only his people. These are the people that he's sending to that assembly of IMF next month to so-called represent the Republic of Congo. But we suspect that they are being sent here in an attempt to come corrupt the United States government, to force the United States government to try to corrupt some politicians and maybe corrupt even some businesses, to put pressure so the separation between our country, the Congo Federation, and the Republic of Congo doesn't come to fruition. And I'm going to read their name. And what we're asking, to be very honest, to the United States government, the Border Patrol, the Department of Justice, and the senators, the representative, is that after, as we read the name of those people, as they come to United States, to here to our country, that we make sure that they thoroughly check. We know that they're trying to use that diplomatic immunity to pass by, the borders without having their back checks or without having whatever they bring in here in America check. But what we would like to ask here is that whatever they bring in America, when they come here, those 16 people, be not just checked, but if there is any amount of money that they bring in, because we're suspecting that they bring in a huge amount of money. That's why so many, he's sending 16 people from his tribe to come here at that IMF assembly to, we believe, trying to attempt to corrupt United States institutions to keep both of our countries together, when our people have rejected them in majority, and we're now two different countries. So what we're asking the United States government, the Border Patrol, as we're going to read you the names of these people, as they cross our United States borders, they need to be thoroughly checked. We need to identify what they bring in, and especially how much money they bring in. We would like it to be disclosed publicly. I repeat, we have reason to believe that the 16 people that the Republic of Congo are sending here in the United States of America to participate in that IMF assembly or conference between October 8, 2022 and October 2022, we're suspecting that those individuals, those people who comes in the name of the United States government, who actually just represent his tribe, because these people are all from his tribe. They're all from the north. They're all from where it is from. Basically, it's like a family affair. That's why we come in to sound the alarm, because we believe it's a family affair. They're trying to come here using that event of IMS to bring bribes. That's why we would like the United States government, the United States Border Patrol, as I'm going to read those names in front of you, to watch this video, and as they move to the border, to check their luggage, to check the amount of money that they're going to bring to America. We suspect that they come in here to attempt to corrupt senators, to attempt to corrupt representatives, to attempt to corrupt the United States government, to attempt to corrupt businesses, entities, the people who do business between here and the Republic of Congo. So the separation between both of our countries don't get finalized, because it's already done. The separation have been acted. Now we fighting to get our lands, basically take possession of our lands. That's the process that we're in now. But we're suspecting that those 16 people that the Republic of Congo, led by Denis Sassou Nguesso, the names that he put in this list, that he put under a diplomatic cover, are coming here. So many of them are coming here to bring a form of bribe. That's why we would like the United States government to disclose their luggage, and basically to look at their luggage. Don't let them pass by because they might trying to use a diplomatic immunity. These people doesn't represent our people, where the natural resources are sitting on. So the money that they're trying to bring here to corrupt the American government come from the natural resources of our lands. So basically, it's not their money. And all these 16 people on this list represent Denis Sassou Nguesso tribe. They are his people. They don't represent a country. They represent a family. That's why we come here to talk to you and sound the alarm, so you understand that these people are coming here to try to corrupt the United States government. So what we're asking is, each one of them, as I'm going to, give their name and the so-called political position, as they come into here, our border in America, through New York or whoever, whichever part of America they're trying to come in through, we're asking that you thoroughly check what they bring in the United States, and that you disclose the amount of money, because we're suspecting that they're spreading the money between the 16 people to come here in an attempted corruption scheme. That's why we want to sound the alarm tonight and let you know that we are aware of what they're doing. They attempted to do, using that IMF assembly, because the Republic of Congo could not even have the guts to have his so-called leaders. And this is Bernard Pungé, which is the governor of the state of Buenza and Lekumu. Is also the one who did represent I was about to talk about it, the Federation of Congo, the 21st of September, when we was invited to the UN, and basically Bernard Pungé is saying some of them will stay in the US illegally after the IMF summit. So Some might even attempt to stay here illegally. So I'm going to read their name. I'm going to read that letter or whatever that they disclose. But my biggest thing is for United States, as these people come to American border under the name of the Republic of Congo government, they don't represent any government. That's his family. That's the people from his tribe. They don't represent any of our people here where the natural resources are from, where all the money come from. So basically, it's like stolen money. Because right now we are two different countries. We are we are working on a separation, and they're trying to come here. We suspect bring a lot of money. So that's why we want to make sure that you check every luggage at the border and you disclose any amount of money, because that's what really we're trying to figure out, how much money they're trying to bring here to get into the corruption scheme. Who they're trying to corrupt? Politicians, American politicians, senators, representatives, people at the White House. Who they're trying to corrupt? American businesses, in the petroleum industry, in a gun industry. We're trying to find that out. And I think if we can have the disclosure of the amount of money between the 16 people that they bring in here in America, it will give us a better idea. So that's what's asking the United States government. As these people are going to reach our border here, you need to check exactly what they bring in America and how much money they're attempting to bring. We also believe it might be another opportunity to come do some money laundering scheme, like what the son of Denis Sassou Nguesso did here in Florida, stealing our money from our natural resources and coming to invest here in Miami, buying expensive $1 million condos and all that. Him and his sister, basically the two of the children of Denis Sassou Nguesso. One, his name is Christelle Nguesso. The other one is Claudian Nguesso. Claudian Nguesso bought a $12 million penthouse in Trump Tower in New York. Where did that $12 million come from? They don't make that kind of money. These are stolen money from our people. So they're trying to come laundering money here in America, invest in real estate, basically shelter that corrupt money here in this great country of America. Hide the money behind American assets here on United States soil. So we want to make sure that America are aware of it. We believe, I'm saying that again, that the Republic of Congo picked 16 people who are supposed to come at the assembly of IMF, of the Monetary Fund, the International Monetary Fund, to come to bring money here to attempt to corrupt American politicians, American business owners, and basically lobbyists also. They're trying to bring money here to corrupt the American government. And we would like you to be aware of it. We would like the amount of money as they go to the border to be stopped and disclosed, so everybody knows what the intent is. So I'm going to go and look at the list. I'm going to read that in French and then translate that in English. So the list that they pick is this is what they say, note de présentation. So basically, they presented a note. Now, dans le cadre des assemblées annuelles 2022 du Fonds monétaire international, FMI, et du groupe de la Banque mondiale, qui se tiendront à Washington, États-Unis, du 8 au 18 octobre 2022. So in the process of the assembly of the IMF and the World Bank, because it's the IMF and the World Bank, they say here, the assembly that they received the invitation from, that are going to happen in Washington, D.C., in the United States between October 8 and October 18, 2022. And Monsieur Jean-Baptiste Ondaye, ministre de l'économie et des finances, y est convié. So Mr. Jean-Baptiste Ondaye, which is the Minister of the Economy and Finance. So Mr. Jean-Baptiste Ondaye, Minister of the Economy and Finance, has been invited to come. So now he's going to disclose who's going to come with him. This list, the list of the 16 people that he's bringing. So he's the one who have actually been invited. So he's the so-called Minister of the Economy of Finance of the Republic of Congo. His name is Mr. Jean-Baptiste Ondaye. So make sure that we started with him. Make sure that when he comes here to the United States border, we check. It doesn't matter what his diplomatic status is, but we need to check his luggage and check how much cash or money he's going to attempt to bring in the United States. So the invitation goes to him. Basically, when you read the note that they wrote, the Republic of Congo government wrote, is they invite the Minister of Finance and the Economy, but he dressed in a list of who's coming with him, and that's when I'm going to disclose the other name. So United States Border Patrol, United States government are aware of these people as they come to our border here in the United States to check their luggage and how much money each one of them are bringing to America. Because we, like I said again, we believe it's an attempted corruption move by the Republic of Congo to come trying to bribe our senators here in America, to come trying to bribe our representative, to come trying to bribe certain business entities so they can have the support to keep the two countries that split last year together. I'm going to keep reading. So the man that invite is his name is Mr. Jean-Baptiste Ondaye. Is the Minister of the Economy and Finances in the Republic of Congo. And he said, il sera accompagné des personnes suivantes. So he's going to be accompanied by the people coming under that list. And he start giving the name. So he's been invited. He's the one who's been invited by the IMF and the World Bank. But he's bringing 16 people. And I'm going to start giving their names. Monsieur Dino Gassakis, directeur national de la Banque des États de l'Afrique centrale. Mr. Dino Gassakis, which is a so-called director of the National Bank of Central African States. So the first name of the person that he's bringing is Mr. Dino Gassakis. Please, when this man come to United States border, check their luggage and check how much money they bring into America. How much cash, basically. It should be disclosed. Because, like I said, we think it's an attempt to come corrupt the American government, to keep a country that have decided to separate in two together. So Mr. Dino Gassakis, directeur national de la Banque des États de l'Afrique centrale, which is a director of the Bank of Central Africa. Monsieur Iwanga Jean-Claude, directeur général du budget. Mr. Iwanga Jean-Claude, which is a director of the general director of budget. These are the people that he brings in. So the governor of Bernard Pungi is saying they might also transfer the money through Western Union before entering into U.S. by using the relative and friend who are already in the United States land. Okay, so that might be an attempt too, but we need to thoroughly, basically, ask them what are their intent as they come into the United States border here to so-called join Mr. Baptiste Ondai at this IMF World Bank assembly. These people need to be asked what they're coming to do here. And we need to make sure that they're not bringing a load of cash. And if they do, how much money needs to be disclosed. So we have Mr. Iwanga Jean-Claude, which is the director of budget. You have Monsieur Théodore Ikemo, directeur général de la Caisse congolaise d'amortissement. Mr. Théodore Ikemo, which is a general director of the Congolese of amortissement case. So these are, they create so many government entity, position that I can't even explain exactly what it is. But his name is, the second name is, actually the third name is Mr. Théodore Ikemo. Then after that, they goes with Monsieur Mbouya Tsassa Franck Mondésir, directeur général de l'économie. So this is another director of economy, Mr. Mbouya Tsassa Franck Mondésir, director of the economy. So all these positions, all this so-called political position created, that we are having a hard time understanding why. These are the people that Mr. Jean-Baptiste Ondai, the Minister of the Economy and the Finance of the Republic of Congo, is bringing with him to that assembly of IMF and World Bank between October 8, 2022, next month, and October 18, 2022. And they need to be thoroughly checked as they cross the border of the United States to see if they're not bringing a load of cash to come corrupt our politicians in America. So you have Mr. Mbouya Tsassa Franck Mondésir, which is so-called director of the economy, and Mr. Evundu Eloge Guy Patrice, special counsel, non, conseiller spécial. Mr. Evundu Eloge Guy Patrice, conseiller spécial, special counsel of who? So you see, why are you bringing so many people in America for a conference to do what? Who are these people? Mr. Evundu Eloge Guy Patrice, special counsel. Then after that, they have Mrs. Mapuata Berti Ida Chantal, conseillère aux institutions financières internationales. So she's a counsel of international financial affairs. So her name is, that's a lady, her name is Mrs. Mapuata Berti Ida Chantal. She's supposed to be a counsel of the financial international institution. That's another name that's coming with him. And after that, you have Mr. Tsono Nzale Dominique Ursel, Mr. Sonon Zalé Dominique Ursel. Ici, de ces conseillers aux institutions financières internationales et à la monnaie chargée de la veille économique. So they are the creating position. So basically, is a council in a financial in international finance and money charge of economy. So you can see that this is a created title. So this guy, Mr. Sono Nzale Dominique Urso, when you look at that title, you can see he's created just to put him in an airplane, come here. What are they coming to do in America? Using an IMF and World Bank assembly conference where the minister only was invited. He bring in a delegation of people that you can see that they just created position. So the real question for us is what they're coming to do here. Because when you look at the name, the position that they're creating of these people, you can see there's a created position. They are created position in a pretext to bring them to America. To do what? So they should be truly check every luggage and see how much money they're going to carry here to come to America. And they should be asked, what are they coming to do here? And just to remind you, all these names that I'm going through, these are people from his tribe. They don't represent the Republic of Congo. They're representing his tribe, his family. It's like a family affair. And we know the history of his son, what he did in America, the corruption history. Notice the history of his daughter, who also here spent 12 million buying a penthouse in Trump Tower, thinking that they will get the favor of President Trump when President Trump was president. They attempted basically to gain favor with the Trump family. That's the type of people the Denis Sassou Nguesso family are. Now that they see that both of our countries are separating, they're sending a troop of people to try to come corrupt Americans in the government, in business, in the lobbying industry. We know they're going to try to bring that corruption in the gun industry, in the petroleum industry. We know how these people operate. So that's why we sounding the alarm to make sure these people are truly checked when they cross our border. I'm going to continue to read the names. So, Mr. Sonon Zale Dominique Ursel. So, they created a position. Is the Council of Financial International Finance and Money Charge of the Economy. It makes even no sense. And after that, you have Mr. Ondeli Philippe, Financial Counsel. How many counsel you need? How many counsel you need to bring here in a conference? Another so-called financial counsel. Mr. Mali Paul, directeur des études de la planification, director of planification studies. Okay, I don't know what it is. So his name is Mr. Mali Paul, director of planification of studies. And Mr. Galuo Su Ted. Mr. Galuo Su Ted, directeur des réseaux naturels. So, director of natural resources. Directeur des ressources naturelles. So, Mr. Galuo Su Ted, directeur des ressources naturelles, is the so-called director of natural resources. The natural resources they control is not theirs. They are in our land, in the Federation of Congo. So these guys, basically, he direct no natural resources because it's not theirs to direct. His name is Mr. Galuo Su Ted. Check him out. Make sure that you check him truly as you go to our borders. Mr. Ondai Obili Gatien, chef de service marché des capitaux. So chief of is the chief of capital service. I don't know what that means. Mr. Ondai Obili Garcia, chief of capitals, basically capitals. I guess he's taking care of capitals. And so he's the chief of capitals et du contrôle bancaire à la Banque des États de l'Afrique centrale. So, and he controlled the bank at the African Central Bank. So, he's involved in, he's the chief of basically the capital, the one who handled the capital, the deals basically that people made, and he controlled he's in control at the bank of the Central Africa Bank. By what they say, by what he started here. His name is Mr. Ondai Obili Garcia. And after that is somebody else, Mr. Ngasi Ngakeni Ginel. Mr. Ngasi Ngakeni Ginel. Chef de service études prévision macroéconomique à la Banque des États de l'Afrique centrale. Donc, he's a chief of service in a microeconomy at the Central African Bank. Now what we see, his name is Mr. Ngasi Ngakeni Ginel. And after that is another one, the last one, that's the lady, Mrs. Mauku Ne Olangas Armel Pulchéry Judith. Mrs. Mauku Ne Olangas Armel Pulchéry Judith, assistant of the minister. So that's the one who's supposed to assist the minister, which is Mr. Jean-Baptiste Ondai. Basically, that's his assistant, by what they're saying here. The one who's supposed to assist me, Mr. Jean-Baptiste Ondai, which is the Minister of the Economy and the Finance of the Republic of Congo. So when you count the names, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About 13 names. So the Minister of the Economy and the Finance is the one who is invited to that assembly of IMF and the World Bank. But these are the people that he's bringing with him. We know, we can see by the name of the position, created position. So all these people are coming here to do what? So that's why we're asking, and I'm going to read the name again. That's why we're asking the State Patrol, the immigration, the Border Patrol. What I meant was the Border Patrol. As these people, this name come through the United States border, don't look at the so-called diplomatic immunity or whatever. That doesn't mean nothing, because these people represent basically Denis Sassou Nguesso and his tribe. They don't represent a country. This is like his family. Most of them are from his tribe. So they come in to represent him. They don't represent any people over there. Even in the Republic of Congo, we have the Federation Congo now. We have 2.5 million people with us. To the 30,000 signature that we collected to our referendum. But even them, whatever is left with them, those people that he's sending are people from his tribe. They represent him. So as these people come to our American border, please check their luggage. Check how much cash, how much money they're bringing. We suspect that there is an attempted bribery that they're coming to do in America, to attempt to bribe the American government, the American senators, American representatives, American businesses, and even lobbyists. So we wanted to sound the alarm, and we like this video to be shared with the rest of the world, especially the English part, because that's how this this majority of people have been operating for years. But this time we want to make sure that we disclose what they're coming to do here in America, and how much money or where they're gonna go hide, or where they're gonna go invest that money here in America. Because some of them might come to trying to hide the money through assets, basically buy American assets under their name to basically cover up the money that they're stealing from our natural resources to come invest here in America, to basically launder money. So we're suspecting an attempt at corruption, an attempt at laundering money, as they come in using that event of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, where they invite the minister and he bring a list of 13 to 16 people to come with him. We can see that many of those positions have been created for the circumstances. So they're not really politicians. And when we look at the name, all these names represent the North, represent this part here of the Republic of Congo. So these are Denis Sassou Nguesso family. These are his people. This is not a legitimate government. He's sending his tribe to the IMF and the World Bank. And we want to know what they're trying to do. So that's why they should be thoroughly checked at the United States border as they cross our United States border. And I'm going to read their name again so you guys can have it. So the first one is the minister himself, the one who received the invitation, the minister of the economy and the finance. His name is Mr. Jean-Baptiste Ondai. Then after that is Mr. Dino Gassakis. After that is Mr. Iwanga Jean-Claude. After that is Mr. Theodore Ikemo. After that is Mr. Mbouya Tsassa Franck Mondésir. After that is Mr. Evundu Eloge Guy Patrice. After that is Mrs. Mapuata Bertie Ida Chantal. After that is Mr. Tsono Nzale Dominique Ursel. After that is Mr. Ondeli Philippe. After that is Mr. Mali Paul. After that is Mr. Galuo Sou. After that is Mr. Ondai Obili Gassien. After that is Mr. Ngasi Ngakeni Ginel. And after that, the last one is Mrs. Mauku Bon Olangas Armel Pulcheri Judith, which is the assistant of the minister Jean-Baptiste Ondai, the one who have been invited to the assembly of the IMF and the World Bank between October 8 and October 18, 2022. So this video was to just come sound the alarm, to make a United States government understand that we are in the process of a separation between the Republic of Congo and the Federation of Congo. So we will not be on our hand in the Federation of Congo. We will not be disturbed by an attempted corruption move by the Republic of Congo to come corrupt Americans, to come corrupt American politicians or American businesses, to try to keep that country, the Federation of Congo and the Republic of Congo together. Our people already decided. We did the referendum. We're still receiving signatures. We have over 30,000 signatures. You actually saw us also in Washington in August. And you also invited us at the 77th session of United Nations, September 21st, 2022. Our representative, one of our governors, Mr. Bernard Pungi came to represent us and even had the opportunity to take a picture with President Biden over there at the United Nations during his lobbying, talking to politicians over there to present the Congo Federation that we are. So we're grateful for the United States for giving us this opportunity to, negotiate. We understand that we're in a process of working on our partnership, the Federation of Congo, and we don't want our partnership or our potential strong deal, because the natural resources are in our lands, to be stopped by an attempted corruption of the Republic of Congo. The Republic of Congo have failed our people. That's why we left them. So it's time that Mr. Sassou face justice for what he did the last 40 years of dictatorship that he imposed to our people. And I'm going to do a quick read just to finish of let me see, just to remind United States of who these people are. I'm going to do just a quick read. And I'm going to finish this video. Of what the United States Department say about the Republic of Congo, the human rights part. I just want to, I think it was, I saw it was a 2021 report. I'm going to attempt to read a little bit, just to remind Americans and the American government what this man, this dictator, did to our people, and the reason why we got to the point where we had to separate into. I'm going to attempt to do a quick read, just to remind everybody that is on them. So that's the 2021 Country Report on Human Rights for the Republic of Congo. So I'm going to just do a quick read. The reason why we have this country is separated now. Okay? So I'm just going to read the summary. The Republic of the Congo is a presidential republic in which the constitution vests most decision-making authority and political power in the president and prime minister. In 2015, the country adopted a new constitution that extended the maximum number of presidential terms and years of 3 terms of 5 years, and provided complete immunity to former presidents. In March, the Constitution Court proclaimed Denis Sassou Nguesso the winner of 21st presidential election, despite opposition and international criticism of electoral irregularity. He never won, he stole. The government last held legislative and local election in 2017 with legislative election irregularity sufficient to restrict the ability of citizens to choose their government. So he was stole too. While the country has a multi-party political system, member of the president, Congolese Labour Party and its allies retain 68% of legislative seats, and Congolese Labour Party member occupy almost all senior government positions. Now they control about over 80% of the seat. National policy, gendarme, and the military have responsibility for law enforcement and maintenance of order within the country. The national police maintain international security and report of the Minister of Interior. The gendarmerie report the Minister of Defense conduct domestic priority and law enforcement activity. The Army, Navy, and Air Force, which also report the Minister of the Defense, also conduct limited domestic security activities. Civilians authorities generally maintain effective control over the security force. There were credible report that police and gendarme committed some abuse. No, a lot of abuse. They abused millions of people. Significant human rights issues included credible report of unlawful or arbitrary killings. Yes, they have been killing over 4 million since 1958, including extrajudicial killing by the government, torture or cruel, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment by the government, harsh and life-threatening prison condition. That's true. Arbitrary arrest of detention, political prisoner or detained, serious problem with the independence of the judiciary. There's no judiciary. They all work for the dictator. Arbitrary or unlawful interference with privacy, serious restriction and free expression in media, including unjustified arrest or prosecution of journalists and censorship, serious restriction on internet freedom, substantial interference with the freedom of peaceful assembly and freedom of association. Then it's not allowed. Inability of citizens to change the government peacefully through free and fair election. There is no free and fair election. Serious and unreasonable restriction on political participation, serious government corruption, serious government restriction on harassment of domestic and international human rights, organization lack of investigation of an accountability for gender-based violence, including but not limited to domestic and intimate partner violence, crime involving violence of threat or violence of targeting indigenous people, and crime involving violence of threat or violence targeting lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and interracial persons. The government took limited steps to prosecute or punish officials who committed human rights abuse or act of corruption, and official impunity was problem. So I'm just going to stop there. It was just a reminder of who these people are, so we don't waste our time thinking that they're coming to do anything positive here when they come into the IMF or World Bank assembly. These people have been corrupt for the past 40 years. Now he's sending you basically his family masked under the veil of the Republic of Congo. That's his family that is sending you in this conference, led by this Minister of Economy and Finance, Mr. Jean-Baptiste Ondai, that has been invited. And this man is bringing 13 people with him in believe in an attempt to come bring some corruption in, trying to corrupt the United States. So we want to make sure that we sound the alarm, that we let Americans know, that we let the American government know, especially the border patrol, the immigration, who's going to see these people come through our borders. They should be double checked. They should ask them how much money they bring into this country, who they're going to see, if they're going to make any investment, if they're going to come hide the money through real estate here in America. Basically do money laundering. We want to make sure that the United States is aware of it. And like we say, the federation is formed. We are grateful for the opportunity of the United States to work with us. And we still go into the process with you. And we are here standing firm. And we want to make sure that you're aware that we want to change things in a way that we do it the right way, not the corrupt way, like this dictator and his children doing for the past almost 40 years. All right, my name is Gervais Birongi. I'm the governor of state of Nyaji. That's the state that I'm a governor from. That power been given to me by over 30,000 signatures who represent 2.5 million people in 106,762. That's the kilometer square of our land. And that's where all the natural resources are. So all this money that they're trying to bring to corrupt our people come from here. So the government, the governor, Bernard Pongi, said the summit, USA Africa, from December 12th to December 15th. But I mean, on the note, they say from the 8th to the 18th. Would you not like the invitation that the U.S. has provided to Sassou Denis Mathurin? We are requesting our invitation too. So the governor of the state of Buenza and Lekumu is requesting that since we invite the Republic of Congo, we would like also to receive an invitation from at that summit, USA Africa, that should happen between the 12th of December or the 15th of December 22, so we can represent our part of the our land, where our natural resources are, and we can basically talk about what we have to over there to offer. So that's what the governor of those two states are saying. He's the one also that came to represent us at the 77th session of United Nations on September the 21st, 2022. So these videos is to sound the alarm, to let our authorities here in America know who are these people. We want to know who they are and what they're coming to do to America. Why is it that a minister who invited by the IMF and the World Bank is bringing 13 people with the kind of position that we never heard from? And all these people are all from Denis Sassou Nguesso tribe. Most of them are Mboshi. So they all, but it's like a family affair. That's not a representative government. That's a family affair. All right. I want to end up my video here. Thank you again. And please share that video to everybody, and especially the United States entities, government, and Border Patrol, State Department, so we can have our eyes open in what these people are coming to do here in the United States, in our beautiful country. All right. God bless you all. Thank you.